Hello, I'm Bernard Keevy. I'd like to go through some really important stuff about pricing policy. This would apply to you, but obviously to your clients. So if you're a coach or an accountant looking to offer coaching services, this is a really important area. So I don't think most people realise just how much difference the actual price you charge can make to your bottom line profit. So these are based on typical figures. So here we've got a business that's got $1 million turnover, so a small business doing quite well. And if you research on the internet, if you look at typical gross margins across a whole range of industries, they typically come out somewhere in the range of sort of 32 to 35%. So in this case, we're saying the gross margin is 35%. So typical of business in general, which means that the cost of whatever these things are that we're selling, i.e. the variable costs or the cost to buy them in or the cost to make them, are coming to 650k, and we've got a gross margin of 35%, which is 350k. Our overheads are 200k, 200,000. So these are fixed costs like wages, salaries, rent, rates, etc. Which means our operating profit is 150k, which again is a typical figure. So again, 12 to 15-ish%, again across a whole range of industries, seems fairly typical. If you're a service business, you tend to have mainly operating profit rather than gross profit, because you don't have much in the way of variable costs and cost of goods sold. But you still find that the operating margin is somewhere around about this sort of level. So there we have a typical business. Now, if we were to discount our prices by 10% as a promotion to try and make more money, what would happen is our revenue would fall to 900k. Now, ignore the fact that we might sell more, but as we start, right, okay? So it's 900k, and our cost of goods sold or a variable cost is 650k, which means our gross margin falls to 28% and our gross profit falls by 100k because we've got 100k less revenue. So our gross profit is now 250k, our overheads are still 200, so our operating profit becomes 50k, which means it's fallen by 67%. Now it's all very well saying, okay, but we'll probably sell more, so we'll get more revenue. But we'd have to sell something like 40% more to get back to starters. And the odds are that with a 10% discount, we probably won't even sell any more, because a 10% discount's neither here nor there these days, in terms of psychological perception. If we did the opposite and put our prices up by 10%, however, the picture changes dramatically. We've now got revenue of 110. We still same variable cost 650k because we're selling the same amount at the moment. Our gross margin goes up to 41%. We've still got the same overheads. So our operating profit, our operating profit goes from 150k, instead of dropping to 50, it rises to 250k. So now what we've done is we've increased our profit from our starting point by 67%. However, if you look at it the other way, the difference between discounting 10% and charging 10% more is we're making 400% more profit. In other words, this figure is 500% of that figure, which is, ridiculous really for a 10% difference in price. So the thing is, how could you charge more rather than less? Now, what tends to happen is business owners don't put their prices up from year to year. So effectively they're doing this, they're discounting. So if you do inch your prices up, if you set yourself aside from your competitors, you stand out, you differentiate yourself, you can charge higher prices. If you position yourself as a specialist or an expert, you can charge higher prices. If you do things like bundling extra value and have different packages, gold, silver, bronze, etc., you can charge higher prices. And the upshot of doing all of those things, now I can point you to about 10 strategies that work for that. The upshot of doing all that is you'd be here rather than here. Similarly, you can increase your margins by the 6 different areas you can look at in terms of cost of goods sold typically, and there's about 10 different areas you can look at in terms of overheads. So you can also increase your profits that way. But you can see the dramatic difference it makes by just a slight difference in price up or down. Now, this is one of the areas we'll be covering on a webinar we're doing on Thursday this week with Paul Hopkins and myself. Thursday the 9th of July, 12 noon Eastern Daylight Time in the US or 5 p.m. UK time. It's a Zoom meeting, so zoom.us, and then go to meeting number 720-729-3263. So meeting number 720-729-3263. And it'd be great to see you there. And if you found this was useful, if you could like it and share it, that would be really good, thank you. And hope to see you there. So the dramatic difference that to your bottom line that a 10% pricing strategy either way will make to a typical business. And these are typical figures for a typical business. Thank you very much for watching. To find out how to apply these strategies in your business, go to my Sales Accelerator Roadmap. I'll produce a free assessment of your marketing using an algorithm program and produce a 12-page detailed report. We'll recommend in priority order exactly what you should be doing, when you should be doing it, and how to do it. So go to www.bernardkeevymentor.com and sign up for my free Sales Accelerator Roadmap. You'll see this screen. It'll show you the Sales Accelerator Roadmap, which is free today. It'll show you how to fix your marketing, increase your sales and profits. It'll take less than 45 minutes to do, and our software will pinpoint all your opportunity areas and show you exactly what to do to improve your marketing and grow your business. So go to www.bernardkeevymentor.com and click on the green button, and you'll see that it says there it's a free process, so there's no credit card involved, there's no charge. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you found that useful, and I'd like to see you at the Sales Accelerator Roadmap. Thank you very much for watching this video.